Ultimately, we were all happy to go back.
I'm incredibly grateful.
It's a great sense of camaraderie.
Victoria has her own energy and her own set of skills and ideas about the character.
Cast, crew, locations, action and drama, drama and action, action, drama, drama and action.
And to sort of be a part of something so cool and so huge.
Something I will never forget. Truly epic.
I mean, I think it was flattering for us to know that people loved it and that people connected with the mythology and the characters, because it was a lot of work to try and condense that into a film with all of these really, nice layered characters. And when Netflix wanted to go ahead and greenlight it, I think we all felt like, let's go to work. As the team says, there was a lot to do. We had a lot to figure out. Our pre-production was long because we really wanted to get it right. But I think ultimately we were all happy to go back if it was for the right reason, and we all felt like, it was the material that we wanted to go back with.
The first thing that popped in my head, so this is actually from the Old Guard one. The very first thing that we filmed was the fight scene on the plane.
That's right, yes.
Which just throw me into the fire, okay?
Yeah.
I was so stressed, like, oh my God, if I hit Charlize Theron in the face, my career is over. But I remember on that day, just watching how much you knew about filmmaking, about the shots, about what camera they were using, about what order we were going to film, what bits of the choreography in. I just respected that so much. I'm like, you have gathered so much information, and just seeing you use it to be that sharper of a storyteller on the day, that has always stuck with me.
But you were such a pro. I totally forgot that's what we shot.
That was day one. I could not believe it.
And that is one of the things that people love. It's like still like a really memorable moment in Old Guard history. Oh, we got very lucky. I think all of us felt like she was such a great addition. I think especially for us women in the Old Guard, we loved the idea that this character came in as a strong female in the aura of Uma Thurman. She's just so formidable. I think we're all just massive fans, and I think there's something about her that's very smart and thoughtful, and we needed that for this role of Discord. And she just handled it so delicately. She didn't come in very heavy-handed and kind of mustache twirly or anything like that. She's just a grounded actor. So we were really lucky to have that.
For me, to be able to be starring in an action film alongside Charlize and Uma, these two women, I mean, y'all broke open representation for women in action. Like, I know that part of the reason I get to do this is because of a way that y'all paved. And then in the first film and the second film to be directed by Black women, and for you and your company and Netflix and Skydance to give these Black female directors an opportunity that, we're often left out of those conversations, and to see how much of a blessing it can be for their careers as well, and what this film has done for mine as well. I'm incredibly grateful, and grateful to be able to represent for my community in spaces that we've been left out of in meaningful ways.
It was great to come back to this world, you know, because these characters are great, and everybody, all of the cast are such great, great people. So it's a great sense of camaraderie and a lot of fun, and these characters are so fascinating, you know, and their histories and their dynamics are so interesting, and so yeah, it was great, and we were all very close, and it felt very immediately very bonded, and you know, and then there were new people, and Henry came in, and it felt very immediately like, you know, part of the gang.
And there was this element of, you know, the first movie, Gina, our director, has, you know, her own way of talking to you about the character and about the scene, and it's very sensitive and soft, and I mean that in a very positive way. For me, it was at least very like thoughtful, you know, process. And Victoria has her own energy and her own, you know, set of skills and ideas about the character. In a very respectful way, she continued to create, you know, and develop the journey of these characters. I thought that was fun to see, you know, the captain of the ship and how the ship is being steered on, like, the, you know, a big ocean of opportunities or options that you have in terms of creating the character.
I think just the world to play in. Like, I'm a massive sci-fi world-building fan and a graphic novel sort of enthusiast, and to sort of be a part of something so cool and so huge was the first draw. But secondly, it's how diverse these characters are, how individual each person is, and what they bring to the old guard. Because if you think about it, every single one of them has lived many lives, multiple lives through the thousands of years that they've sort of existed. So the depth and the color that each of them bring, like, I just wanted to make sure that Tua came to the table with something unique. And something to say, which I think we were able to really sort of pinpoint. And you know, that was credit to Victoria Mahoney for allowing me to do that. You know, sometimes directors have very sort of specific things that they have in mind, but she came to me and was like, we're building this character around you. What kind of aspects do you want? What kind of history? And I said, I really want it to be sort of Asian-based and Malaysian or Southeast Asian. So we chose a couple names. Tua really stood out. There's a mythology behind this chap, Hang Tua, who was sort of a warrior from folklore. I thought this idea of Tua being this guy in another life was amazing. That he'd travel around the world and left these legends. Integrating my own weapon from the Chris. It was it's a monumental fun thing because it gets to last forever on the big screen. And I often feel as though Southeast Asia kind of gets overlooked sometimes. So it's nice to see a bit of representation like that on a big screen or on a big platform like Netflix.
The resonances of this film are things that we've been thinking about and kind of discussing as well. You know, just I guess the ideas behind immortality, and you know, just whether that is something that is in any way desirable, basically. You know, or whether it's truly a kind of curse for these characters, and whether we would feel that for ourselves. You know, so that's. I think that's what an audience reflects on as well. You know, I think these characters are fascinating and fun, but there's something underneath it that's really an interesting area to talk about.
Action and drama, drama and action, action and drama, drama and action. Cast, crew, locations, action and drama, drama and action, action and drama, drama and action. You know, my name was getting run around. People know I love action, and so my name is rolled around in rooms and put on the list of directors, and then I guess too, obviously, if people looking for women directors. So, but I just realized I've never asked her. She knew I loved the first film, so there was no pitch. Then she sent me the script I read, and I was like, boom, next. Who do I meet next? What do I have to do? Sing for supper. I really was happy I sang for my supper. Met everyone. And then I had visuals and deep visuals. I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of images. And then I had clips for all the action that I gave to Dan Bradley that was very specific for some of the car stuff. He did the car stuff, but I had really specific thing that I wanted to happen and the rig and just the way it was, and it was so. I had so many. I sent him. I swear to you, I sent him 80 videos of fights, kicks, punch. I mean, so I think that the cast, obviously in the first film, they're all actors that I deeply respect and would love to have worked with, and they meant something to me. They all have one or more jobs that have impacted me creatively. So that was a no-brainer. And then Barry Ackroyd, who was on the first one, is someone who I respect greatly, the DP. And then the chance to bring in top-tier crew and work with top-tier crew and play at, this very high-functioning level of exploration was all enticing. I don't have a favorite by way of I love them all, and I care about them all. I care about all the characters in equal measure. I care about the labor that each actor put into each scene and each line of dialogue and each fight move. When honest moments occur in front of your face and there's a lens and a camera and it happens between action and cut, there's nothing better. And I don't really chase a thing I want. I'm chasing something that's truthful. So how it happens is not the thing I need. The truth is what I need.
I will destroy you and everything you stand for.
There was no pitch, but what made me say yes was when I looked at Charlize's work and the whole cast work in the first one, I thought she had created something truly special. I was riveted. I loved the movie. The fact that she'd pushed the boundaries of a woman in action so brilliantly that she was creating her own franchise and making a second one, I think that is unique in film for this to happen with an actress in the lead. And I could sort of see how me, with my little old Kill Bill baggage, how perhaps I could help to elevate, her ending and give the fans something exciting at the end of the movie. And for years, fans have asked me to go back to action and make the third Kill Bill, whatever it may be, and I didn't do it. So it seemed like with her success in the first one, that this little bit of fun would be some way to answer that call. Honestly, it was really fun. I was desperately trying to remember. And those things when you really train so much, there is some hard wiring in the brain, thank God, because it definitely helped me try to catch up quickly with very little preparation time to do this gigantic fight sequence that we did with a fantastic fight stunt team that were there to support us. So honestly, it was really, really fun. There were at least like 5 parts to the sequence, I think, the way it was sort of divided up. It was done over quite a few different shooting periods, but it was exciting, strapping into a helicopter, flying in tight circles, like, oh my God, but it's kind of intense. But then watching her hanging off the side of a helicopter by her arms was really like something I will never forget. Truly epic. I was memorizing moves and then executing them. It's like a dance, You memorize the steps and then you practice them as many times as you have the time to do, and then you go do them. I think things are just evolving, and they're evolving with the individuals who cut the path and are doing their own thing the way Charlize is. And I think the audience response is what's also evolving. And you could feel the excitement, enthusiasm from fans to see her bring the second film to them, and that's where the power is, you know? It's the creator and their audience, and you can feel that is very live and vibrant and something giving people a lot of joy.